Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vincent Tan speaking. This time, I'm going to talk about Word 34 monoblock, the introduction. This sharing divides into these four parts. I have put the corresponding video linkages at the below description area just for your reference. Meanwhile, I also provide the correct subtitle for your better understanding. Key components. This slide is the comparison between the on-off system and the inverter system. And on this diagram, you can find that the orange is the on-off system. So you can consider it as a regular car, which only have the on and off, which means 100% output and zero output. For this one and for the system, especially for the temperature control, the deviation is a little bit huge. And just compare with the inverter. So you can find that as we can, at the first beginning, we can higher, actually it will reach 120 or even 150% of the max compressor RPM to achieve your set point quickly. After that, we can lower the compressor RPM to your required, which is to guarantee the temperature enter the comfortable zone. To keep it at, for example, if we just maintain at about 30% or 40% of the max compressor RPM, then that's okay to achieve your target. For this one, you can find it, the temperature difference is not that huge, just compare with the other one.
The compressor also from GREE. It is twin rotary. That means inside the compressor there are two cylinders or two compression chambers. And we also research or develop lots of the components to ensure the compressor with higher efficiency and also higher durable. For example, here is the compression chamber. This is the roller. It is a alloy roller made from chlorogenic process for lower leakage and abrasion. This valve is for the gas to discharge with a special structure to lower the resistance. And also this slide vent, which is located here. And for this one, we need to ensure the intensity, especially at the surface. So the surface, we make it a special coating. This coating is similar like the diamond to ensure the durability. As for this shaft, this whole one, it is made from QT700, and also the surface, it is robust coating. As for the motor, it is a rare earth motor with DV shape to ensure the high magnetic intensity, which to ensure you will have a higher efficiency. As for this part, this is for the compressed gas to discharge. With this structure, we can ensure it will not discharge too much oil. And for this one, we can make the whole compressor for higher durability.
This slide is the summary of all the compressor for the Versatility. So you can find that just compare with the very traditional single rotary compressor. The R14A series already comply the twin rotary. And for the Versatility 4, this one also it is two-stage, also twin rotary. But there is a EVI, and here is how the EVI works. For the regular compressor, there is only one in and one out, right? And for the EVI compressor, there is another in that is works in the low temperature heating. When we detect the outdoor ambient is low, so we introduce more refrigerant from here to get into here to compress, which can increase the refrigerant flow rate, which is to increase the heating performance. Heat exchanger fin design. On this slide, I just introduced the fin structures. There three types of the fin, which is the slip fin, which is the surface is there are lots of the slip to higher the heat transfer efficiency. And corrugated fin means the surface of this one is not flat but up and down. And the flat fin is the most regular. So from the heat transfer efficiency, this slip fin is highest. However, there is a disadvantage in heating. Do you know what is it? It is when in heating, the outdoor always will generate the condensing water, right? And especially when the outdoor bin is low, we will need to take the defrost, which is to make the ice or the frost to become water. However, during the defrost, the condensing water is easily to stick at this slip, which is make it to become easily in the next heating cycle. For this one, we just choose the corrugated fin for the versatility for better heating performance. As for the corrosion level in the design system, actually we divide into these three colors. You can find that for the three colors, actually the structure is also the same. Basically, you can consider if it is thicker, also the corrosion level is higher. For versatility 4, we apply this golden fin, which already passed 1,500 hours of the natural soft spray test. There are two pieces of the preheat exchanger inside the versatility. One is the condenser, which is to exchange heat between the refrigerant and the water. The other is the economizer. This is to exchange between different flow of the refrigerant. And here I'd like to introduce how it works. And from the sectional view, you can find that there are lots of the plates inside. Actually, from this schematic diagram, you can find that the plate left and right, there are different flow. Also, with this structure, we can higher the transfer efficiency. Also, due to this structure, you can find that if the water is not that clean or intake lots of the debris, it can easily start here. And that's why we have the higher requirement of the water quality, and also strongly required to install a filter before the water enter the versatility. There is expansion vessel inside, and here is the information of this expansion vessel just for your reference. The purpose of this one is just to compensate for the water thermal expansion. We also provide the inverted water pump inside, and for this one we can adjust the speed, which is also to higher the heat transfer efficiency. The manufacturer is Xinhu. Controller. This is a touch screen, and from here we display the current mood, current day, general setting of this controller, turn on or turn off the system from here. And here commissioning is to tell the system which component you have, and here is to check the parameter and also the component on off state. And here is the setting target, and here is which function you like. On this system inside view, beside the water pump and the expansion tank, there are these three hydraulic components, which is the air vent to release the trapped air inside the water system, and here is the flow switch, which is to prevent the low water flow rate. In that case, if it is open, the system will shut down for protection. And also here is a safety valve. When we charge the water too much inside, then we will release this one automatically. The flow switch is magnetic type. This is can avoid the traditional flow switch, which can generate the rust risk at the pedal. And here is how it works, and also the same as the traditional, which is if the water flow rate is enough, then it can push this pedal to move direction, which is to conduct the above reed switch. And also the safety valve, and here is when it detects the water pressure higher than the preset value, then it will conduct from here to here, which is to release the too much water inside. Air band mechanism. Here is how it works. If there's some trapped air here, then the air, when it goes to this area, then it will go up, which is to this one, and then release from here. It is automatically, no need to operate. Freeze protection. Inside the Versatility hydraulic system, we always watch or always monitor the temperature, which is this 3. Water in, water out from the preheat exchanger, and also the optional heater out. And we just need to watch or monitor these 3. And for the frozen algorithm, when we detect this 3, the minimum is less than, for example, 3 degrees, then we will power on the water pump to circulate the water. Power on this one. And the solution 2 is if the minimum of this 3 is less than, let's say it will be 2 degrees, then it will turn on the compressor to heat up the water system until we reach 20 degrees. And solution 3 is just in case if there is some malfunction on the compressor, at that time we will turn on the e-heater, this one. So just due to this reason, if during the winter, please never power off the system, especially when the outdoor ambient is less than the freezing point. Also, we support to control the Versatility from your smartphone, which is there is a built-in Wi-Fi module inside this controller, so you can guarantee this one inside the Wi-Fi router range. Then you can control the Versatility anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. That's all for this sharing. If you still have any other question or any other suggestion, welcome to send me on my email address. Hasta la próxima. それではまた今度。